On a numbers game, the right data changes everything, and the data behind Shopify is hard to argue with. Millions of businesses worldwide run on it, including our own VSiN store. When we launched, Shopify's templates and AI tools got us live fast. Professional looking from day one. No tech background needed. Shopify checkout converts more customers and makes it easy for returning fans to come back and buy again in a single click. Shopify's built-in AI assistant Sidekick is there whenever you need help, building, troubleshooting, or just figuring out your next move. Check out what we built at vsin.com/store. Then go build something of your own. All you need is the idea. Shopify handles the rest. Start your free trial at shopify.com/vsin. That's shopify.com/vsin. Shopify.com/vsin.
This is VSiN, the sports betting network.
The numbers told the story, they always do.
It's one of those idiots who believe in analytics.
This is a numbers game with Gil Alexander on VSiN.
July the 17th be with you on a Friday morning. Welcome on into a numbers game. I'm Dustin Swedelson. That is Kelley Bydlon. We got you covered for the next 3 hours right here on VSiN, the sports betting network. Appreciate you hanging out with us. Sirius XM channel 158, YouTube TV, the VSiN Watch app and radio affiliates across the United States of God Bless America, and Game Plus in Canada. I did it without a reminder. What's up, Kelley Bydlon?
Nailed it. Got it. Good morning, Dustin. How we doing, man?
I'm doing good.
Yeah.
I'm doing good. I woke up. I updated my leaderboard on my phone as soon as I could open these eyes at 4:30 in the morning with the alarm going off, and I said, who are these people?
I'm sure a lot of people are doing at the Open Championship over the past couple days. Yes.
Yeah, I was like, okay, we'll do plenty on the golf throughout. It is live, currently in action. The sun, despite the odds, still out at this course, something I did not anticipate seeing throughout the weekend at Royal Birkdale. We have a lot to get to as far as the World Cup is concerned. It is our final weekend of World Cup action. We will be sad to see it go. We have one match tomorrow for third place. We have one for the title on Sunday. I'm fascinated by all the storylines with all four teams remaining. It does, however, feel a bit un-American, though, that there is even a third place game.
I feel like it's 50-50 whether I'll watch it or not.
No, you're going to watch it.
It's a third place game.
But it's France and it's England. And there's a lot of history there. And I'm not going to start yelling the years of the wars that we've been in with all of them.
You're going to keep bringing it back.
There's good people on both sides of these wars each time. Well, not the big one, but you get my point. The French have helped us in the past, is all my point is. If it wasn't for the French, we'd still be speaking the Old English. Someone tweeted us that earlier this week, and I thought it was very good. No, you're going to watch Mbappe with the golden boot. Here, I'm going to force you to place a bet for the golden boot, and that's going to make you have to watch on Saturday.
Oh, yeah, we dove into that market yesterday. Should I do my PSA now on that, I guess?
Yeah, do it.
Be very careful with your markets and what you're betting if you're interested in golden boot. We were talking about that yesterday with DraftKings odds. Be very careful. FanDuel has clearly golden boot, odds to win golden boot. Odds to win golden boot is not the same thing as top goal scorer in the tournament. Just keep that in mind. I've seen a lot on Twitter about way different odds floating around on this. At FanDuel, you've got Messi's like minus 200 to win golden boot as we got it up there. We know he's going to be playing in the final, and then that's where we were talking about the assist tiebreakers coming into play. You and I were both kind of like, wow, Messi feels a little light at even money. Well, that makes sense for the golden boot race. Yeah, we were right. He that was too late. He should be minus 200. Top goal scorer, you can find him around even money because I'm assuming if there's any ties there, that is going to be a dead heat situation.
Yeah, I want Mbappe, by the way. I
so
think,
now you flipped?
Yeah, I flipped my mentality. One, I don't think myself, I'm not going to include other people in it. It feels like sharp soccer people have given Spain a lot of credit for the style that they play with. Mm-hmm. I think if there's one team that's a really tough matchup, for Messi to get one in the back of the net, it's Spain with the way they play. It's going to be limited possessions. It's going to be limited shots on net. They're going to try and smother him defensively, keep him from beating them. Because of the way Spain plays as a team, I think it's going to be tough for Messi to score. And on the other side, Mbappe has a golden matchup, right? He's got England licking their wounds. Yep. You've got a manager for England that's not going to be around the next time the World Cup happens. He's probably getting fired as soon as that match ends on Saturday. And then you're going to have backups in that matchup. The motivation's not there for England. The motivation for France is for Mbappe to continue to add to his legacy. I think he's going to get one, maybe two in this matchup with England.
I can't wait to talk to Paul Carr, Chris Felica about this situation because we don't know, right? You and I don't know so much of how many backups are going to play and what does that mean for an Mbappe, right? Do you want to win this award or do you just want to make sure you're healthy for your next actual game that matters and not a third place game? I think these are all interesting questions. Can't wait to get into it with those guys.
You want real analysis on the World Cup? VSiN.com, Nigel Seeley, Alex Blowers, already with articles up on both of these final matchups. They've done yeoman's work, really. I don't know what a yeoman is, but I know that's the work that they've been doing on the website because I use it every day to prep for the show. I use it every day to find the bets that I like, the angles. You don't blindly follow, but once you sort of get the gist of the way people who analyze the sport day in and day out feel about certain games and situations, you can come up with your own way to handicap these things. We also have the baseball second half. 28 teams get underway for their second half tonight. In case you missed it last night, the Mets victorious against the Phillies 4-1 as Francisco Alvarez goes yard twice. Brett Beatty hits a homer. Christian Scott, 5 2/3, 3 hits, no runs, no walks. We lost that prop on the over 1.5 walks, but 7 strikeouts. We did cash. Plus 117 on Aaron Nola to have over 5.5 Ks in that game. But the story coming from the Mets out of that, Kelley, they've informed teams that everyone except Juan Soto, Nolan McLean, Carson Benj, A.J. Ewing, and Christian Scott are available. That's per Chelsea Janes, who covers the team, which a name that was not mentioned as untouchable would be shortstop Francisco Lindor, which is fascinating to hear. And as a Mets fan, I just can't help but reflect and think back to signing Juan Soto. Literally Ted Williams of his generation, 27 years old, putting up monster numbers across the board. But it does feel as if the New York Mets have sold their soul for Juan Soto. And for all the transgressions of Francisco Lindor on the field, where there's been a lot of down moments, there's been plenty of up moments and clutch situations where he's come through. The one thing that I can appreciate about Francisco Lindor is the way that he meets with the media. He stands up when they're in the middle of adversity. He wants to have control of that clubhouse to motivate his teammates, while Juan Soto has made it very clear he has no thoughts of being a leader, despite having the richest contract for a position player outside of Shohei Ohtani. Because of that, I feel like the Mets are losing their soul here if they do trade Francisco Lindor.
Yeah, maybe it makes sense, man. I think it's a good point.
All right, ACC Media Days going down in North Carolina. We will check in with Alex Dono later on in the program, live on the scene. And we're going to play 2 clips for you later on in the show. A crazy statement by a coach that's straight up just lying. I mean, it's one of the greatest lies of all time I've ever heard. And another head coach in the ACC apparently going through an identity crisis. But more importantly, we need to update you right now on the British Open. I look at this leaderboard, Kelley, Bydlon, and there's a gentleman by the name of Lucas Herbert at the top of it right now. 8 under for today. He shot a 70 in round 1. He is currently your leader with 132 as his total score, and he was 1 putt away from history not long before we started the program today.
Yeah, he tied history. A bogey on 18 sends him to finishing with a 62. He had 61 in sights. That would have been the lowest round ever at an Open Championship. Instead, the 62, he ties with Brandon Grace from 2017 at this exact same course, who went with a 62. And while everybody was kind of waiting for the Lucas Herbert, was on Lucas Herbert watch for 62, y'all forgot about Sam Burns, because my guy Sam Burns came rushing down the back 9 too, went 8 under on his round with 6 birdies on the back 9. He also finishes his round with a 62. He is 5 under for the tournament, 8 under on his day. So those are now 3 times, let me make sure this is right, since 2017, we have had 3 different courses that have given up 62s to 2 different golfers in major championship golf. Wow. This isn't just an Open Championship thing. This is just how much better golfers are these days. That's what that tells me. So, Lucas Herbert is your leader right now, 8 under. He is 2 clear of Jackson Suber, and the guy everybody seemed to forget about this week, Cameron Young, has just finished his round 2. He is 6 under par as well, tied with Jackson Suber there. Then it is Sam Burns, Sungjae Im at 5 under par. Big group then at 4 under par. Lucas Herbert's updated odds. Go to the live odds for this event. Scotty Scheffler, your favorite, plus 420. Then it is Cameron Young at plus 680. Lucas Herbert plus 890. What was he before the round? Dustin, over at DraftKings, 290-1. What was he before? What was he before round one? 280-1. And this is, we had great write-ups at vsin.com on this. Go check that out. Myself, Matt Brown, Wes Reynolds, Matt Humans, all right now about the first round action that we all saw. The one thing that I wanted to make clear in my piece, Dustin, was I know there are a lot of casuals that catch on for Major Golf. Jackson Suber, not a nobody. There are some nobodies and some surprise names that are often happen on the top of the Open Championship leaderboard, but this is a guy that has played very well. He has 3 top 6 finishes in his last 6 events. He's been playing very good golf coming into this Open. He's just never played links golf before. That's the surprise.
Scotty Scheffler just underway, Kelley.
Yeah.
And his first shot of the day, he's in a group with Tyrrell Hatton as well right now. I know someone that a lot of people were high on coming into this event. Also getting going in the next 5 or 6 minutes there at Royal Birkdale, Tommy Fleetwood, John Rahm, all set to tee off their first holes of the day. We will keep you posted all day long. Scotty Scheffler right now, still the favorite, plus 420. At what point, Kelley, do we just go, you know what? It's either too low, because it was about 7-8-1 2 days ago before this event started, or at this point in time, now that someone has set the bar for what the expectations are to win this event, with the leaderboard shaking out the way that it has, do we anticipate a surge from Scotty here?
Man, I would think so. I think this continues with Scotty Scheffler. 2 under par, though. You're talking 6 shots off the lead. I'm not going to hate that. I mean, I don't think Lucas Herbert is the guy who ends up winning this event, but I do expect scoring to continue. That was something you and I brought up throughout the course of the week. If conditions were going to be like this and the wind is relatively calm, it's really more about the baked-out golf course that these guys are having to work their way around than really dealing with any elements. So I know I mentioned it once or twice throughout the week. I'm not really shocked that we saw a couple 62s today. I think there are some. It's an Open Championship course. There are going to be some ugly scores. We are seeing some big names that are going to miss the cut. But these low scores are going to be out there for the next couple days.
I appreciate you including me for a statement that I did not make, that you made, but it looks right. So it looks like you giving me credit means that I brought up the same thing. Below the cut line right now. Well, we're a team on this one. Matt Fitzpatrick below the cut line. Justin Rose, Jordan Spieth, Hideki Matsuyama, and Brooks Koepka all currently below that cut line.
A lot of big
They
names.
may be going home early. Fire up the PJ. See if you can group together on the way home.
Yeah, that's right.
Little carpool.
Might be able to save some gas money. Yeah.
All right, when we return, baseball second half, 28 teams underway. I like this dog at plus 110 despite the opposing pitcher on an absolute heater. I'll tell you who that is next on A Numbers Game.
You're here because you want an edge. That's what separates listeners from winners. But let's be real, mindset alone doesn't get bets home. Pros win because they've got the tools, the data, and the discipline. And now so can you. VSiN Pro gives you access to the same real-time insights the sharps use. No secrets, no fluff, just actionable info that moves markets. Tap the link and see why serious bettors are turning knowledge into profit with VSiN Pro. On A Numbers Game, the right data changes everything, and the data behind Shopify is hard to argue with. Millions of businesses worldwide run on it, including our own VSiN store. When we launched, Shopify's templates and AI tools got us live fast. Professional looking from day one. No tech background needed. Shopify Checkout converts more customers and makes it easy for returning fans to come back and buy again in a single click. Shopify's built-in AI assistant Sidekick is there whenever you need help, building, troubleshooting, or just figuring out your next move. Check out what we built at vsin.com/store. Then go build something of your own. All you need is the idea. Shopify handles the rest. Start your free trial at shopify.com/vsin. That's shopify.com/vsin. Shopify.com/vsin.
A Numbers Game on VSiN, the sports betting network.
Back on A Numbers Game, Friday. Shout out to Rebecca Black, still getting it done on Friday.
Yeah,
that is Kelley Bydlon. I'm Dustin Swedelson. British Open leaderboard. Lucas Herbert is your leader. Historical day for him. 8 under today for Herbert. He is up a few strokes on Cam Young. Lucas Herbert, any relation to Justin Herbert? If it is, I know how the fourth quarter is going to go.
Don't let it get to a playoff, that's for sure.
Ooh.
But we made that joke off.
We kind of oversold it in the break. We thought we had something there, and then the delivery. It's funny, but maybe not as funny as we thought it was.
For people that listen to this show and hear me talk crap about Justin Herbert all the time, they can appreciate that.
Every time I look at you, I notice the thermostat in the background. It's on 70 degrees. This was a heated debate on Follow the Money the last few weeks. I told Mitch Moss and Paulie Howard that they were psychopaths. I also told Mitch that CPS is going to take his kid away. I think he said he keeps the thermostat at like 74 degrees.
So wait, 74 degrees? Okay. Right.
Maybe even hotter.
All right. First of all, we'll get back to this. The most common question as I've lost weight, you get right.
Yeah.
It's the one like, oh, you must have so much more energy now, and I'm like, no, not at all.
You don't.
Not at all. I could go to sleep at any time for like 4 hours.
You're cold now.
But I'm cold now. I used to run hot, but now I'm cold.
I need this Wegovy to kick in.
Don't worry.
I need it to do its magic so I can start getting cold now.
I will say one of the nice things about working with Gil Alexander is the man is like a robot. Doesn't go to the bathroom. Doesn't drink water. Doesn't care what I turn that thermostat to.
Wouldn't even notice if you put it cranked to like 82.
Does not notice.
You turned it into a sauna and there was condensation on the windows.
Actually, that's a good point. Let's remind me of that, Danny. We got to test the boundaries of this. Go real cold or real hot.
Does he get angry?
No, not really. He's very
I feel
level.
like he's always here.
Gil is very level, yeah.
I mean, I couldn't get to that level of stoicism unless I was on multiple medications. like we're talking like an SSRI.
A lot of Xanax.
SSRI with something that also balances the anxiety. So it's like happiness and less anxiety together. I don't know what I do with myself. Here's my biggest fear. This is legitimately my biggest fear in life is actually being happy because I'd have nothing to complain about. And complaining is my favorite thing to do.
Yeah, it's fair. Fair.
Right. The thermostat's on 70, though. Back to your number. What do you keep your home at?
Okay. Yeah, well, okay.
Fat Kelley versus skinny Kelley.
No, that really is at home hasn't really changed. It's just more how me being out in public do I feel?
Yeah, because
right?
when I'm at home, I just want it cold. I'm willing to put on a hoodie in the summer if I have to. Mm-hmm. I just want my home cold. I don't know why.
So I'm the guy who I change thermostat when I leave. I set it at like 70. I won't let it go too high though because I want to get home and not be like miserably hot, right? Because guess what? Breaking news, it's like 100 degrees every day in Vegas right now. When I'm sleeping, it's 66 degrees. That's where I'm at when I sleep.
66 is pretty low, dude.
That's where I go when I sleep. 66. I need it cold.
I'm 69, sometimes 68. I can do 70 to 72 if I have a fan going.
Yeah. That's big. I don't have a ceiling fan right now in my bedroom.
So I have a ceiling here, but here's the thing that I had to eliminate from my life is the fiance does not approve of me having the small fan directly in my face. That was like a go-to for me, and apparently that is
just like on the side table.
I think that's like a very single fat man move. I don't think there's a lot of skinny people doing that, but like right next to me on the nightstand.
Oh, there's many people doing that. Period.
This is maybe the fattest thing anyone can say. It's next to my CPAP for sleep apnea is the little fan to go right in my face to cool me off.
I love you, man.
All right. We do have baseball later today to get into. Looking at the board, some things jumped out to me. And I hate being this guy, but you know this at this point of the game in betting, Kelley. Sometimes there's such an overwhelming conventional thought about a team that I just start going in my brain, you know what, it's contrarian time. And the Boston Red Sox are a team that I've heard everybody, from guests here, hosts here, callers when I go on VSiN Live on Mad Dog Sports Radio with Patrick Maher, they love the Boston Red Sox. And I'm not going to deny anyone making a case for anyone in the American League, but I think the hype has gotten a little bit out of control. Yep. I bring that up because Boston's taking on Tampa Bay today. It's Griffin Jax facing Jake Bennett, and we'll do more on Jake Bennett later because this dude's been awesome. 25 years old, a 1.39 ERA over the last month. He's off 7 shutout innings against the White Sox, facing Griffin Jax, who's been converted to a starter this year. Very good. Couple tough outings lately, but mostly good. Better ERA on the road, but a higher opponent batting average facing Griffin Jax. At Boston, May 7th, 4 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned, 3 Ks, in an 8-4 win for the right-hander. I am going to back Tampa Bay here.
Okay.
I think we've gotten a little out of control with the Boston love. And let's also keep in mind that Jake Bennett has faced Tampa Bay before. Okay, earlier in the year, he took on these Rays, and they're used to seeing him. 5 innings, 4 earned, 5 and a third, as I mentioned. 4 earned runs in that game. Tampa Bay's numbers aren't crazy against lefties this year. This is a team last year, splits-wise, tremendous against southpaws. This year, just 21st in OPS, 29th in runs. But I went and looked at the numbers. They're 19-7 straight up, plus 11.6 units when taking on a lefty. They're 19-8 straight up, 11-plus units up in division this season. And then Boston, 6-10 at home in division on the year. When those trends back what I was already thinking, looking at the plus price. And when I look at these plus prices, it's just, I think it's better than a coin flip that this guy's going to win. So I'm going to take Tampa Bay and Griffin Jackson on the road.
Okay. All right. I like it. I know another one you're looking at a little later tonight. Reminder, that game starts in about 3 hours.
That's true.
That is a 1:35 p.m. Eastern type doubleheader for them, later tonight, I know another one you're looking at, Dodgers and the Yankees. Man, these are some real bad matchups for the first day back. Roki Sasaki on the mound for the Dodgers, Garrett Cole on the mound for the Yankees. Over at DraftKings, Dodgers -111, Yankees -108. Your total set at 9.
Yeah, this is a tough one, man. You got Roki Sasaki on the road. Dodgers just got swept by Arizona to end the first half. Yankees went 4 in a row after a rough patch. Sasaki, though, 7.23 ERA his last 4 starts. Not going deep, less than 5 innings in all of those. A 6.25 road ERA in 7 starts. Opponent batting average away, 252. It's his first start ever against the Yankees, and he's a guy who really doesn't do well with pressure so far in his career. Outside of the reliever role in the playoffs last year, I'll give him credit for that, but in terms of being a starter, it's TBD on this if this guy's going to last in the majors. Garrett Cole, he's just not himself yet. Will he get back to that at 35 years old? What version of himself does he have to be with the emergence of Schlittler and Fried coming back and Rodon there in the rotation? 3 earned at Tampa Bay last go-around, 6 1/3, 6 Ks, but a 5.33 ERA over his last 5. Strikeouts are still there, 29 and 27 innings. He's better at home, 3.22 ERA versus 4.73 on the road. But if I'm doing anything, I'm thinking about the over.
I was just going to say, everything you're laying out sounds like an over to me, Dustin.
Total's 9.
Total set at 9, though, right? Like, this is baking this in a little bit.
Yeah, and what's crazy is I think I would actually back the Dodgers, even though with everything I said about Sasaki, if I was doing anything, it'd be the over or the Dodgers. Garrett Cole against the NL since 2024 is 0-6. Dodgers 5-0 after losing 4 of 5. They got a break. They got to rest and relax. Shohei should theoretically be a little bit healthier. Dodgers 30-17 on the road, but they're down a half a unit because they're such big favorites normally. Yankees 23-20 at home. That's down 12.4 units. The Yankees, though, they have been struggling lately. 10-15 straight up over the last month.
Okay, I like it. Yeah, over is what I took away from that as well. Maybe Dodgers team total.
Maybe
over.
Dodgers. Yeah.
Okay, later on in the evening, Pirates at the Guardians. Jared Jones on the mound for the Pirates. Gavin Williams for the Guardians. Guardians a -123 favorite here at Circa, +111 on the other side for the Pirates. 7.5 your total.
I'm a big Gavin Williams guy, and I thought about when I went into betting this one, my mentality was, why or how can I back Cleveland here? And then everything led to me to Pittsburgh. So because of that, as of right now, it's a no play.
Okay.
The gut instinct didn't match the research. So Pittsburgh just swept Milwaukee to end the first half. Cleveland's won 4 in a row. Both teams coming in playing really good baseball. Jones is off a controversial start for him. 6 perfect innings, 8 strikeouts against Atlanta, where he was pulled. And by the way, I think it was the right call. Pirates have playoff aspirations. Pittsburgh has a bevy of arms. They need to keep him healthy, coming off surgery. He doesn't get the glory. He doesn't get the history, but they get to keep him in the rotation because he didn't blow his arm out back-to-back years. He's been finding his form recently, and on the other end, Gavin Williams, off 7 innings, 2 earned, 11 punch-outs at Minnesota. 3 ERA for him in 54 innings, 62 strikeouts. Pittsburgh strikes out a lot. I thought about Gavin Williams over 7.5 Ks at plus money. It was just it's a high number here. Pittsburgh 26th in K rate, 3rd worst on the road. That's why I went there, but I'd consider at this point, after doing all the research, Pittsburgh plus money. I mean, teams after a 3-game sweep versus division rivals in an interleague series are 76-32, 70.4%. So that's off of a 3-game sweep, taking down a team in their division. Then in an interleague series next, that's 70.4%, going back to 2017. Pirates are 16-8 in interleague play. They're also 42-30 against right-handed starters this year. So while as of right now it's a no play, Gavin Williams K's or the Pirates plus 109 right now would be the only direction I'm looking in that matchup between those two teams. It is a numbers game. I'm Dustin Swedelson. That is Kelley Bydlon. A lot to come on the program. Plenty of World Cup coverage coming your way. But want to remind you, there's no shortage of betting opportunities this summer. Daily MLB, World Cup. We got a few articles up breaking down this weekend's action. It's perfect time to lock in VSiN's football special for just $175. You'll get VSiN Pro access through the Super Bowl, including our all-new betting guide for the NFL. It is out right now. You just have to head to VSiN.com/subscribe. That's VSIN.com/subscribe.
A numbers game on VSiN, the sports betting network.
Dustin Swedelson in the big chair for another day here on A Numbers Game. That is Kelley Bydlon. Thanks for hanging out with us here. Sirius XM Channel 158, YouTube TV, the VSiN Watch app, radio affiliates across the United States of God Bless America. Your leader right now over at Royal Birkdale British Open, Lucas Herbert, 8 under. Cam Young, though, making a move here, 6 under for him, tied now with Jackson Suber. We have Sam Burns tied for 4th at 5 under. He shot an 8 under today, and it appears no one's really talking about that.
I am. I've got him outright. I've got him top 20.
What's the number outright?
52-1. So, yeah, that would be nice. Sam Burns, keep doing it, man. Yeah, him and Lucas Herbert setting some matching history today at Royal Birkdale with those 62s.
You got me thinking, because you mentioned that Lucas Herbert was, 290-1 went outright pre-flop?
Yeah.
We talked about this, how you and I strategize with futures. If the futures we really like, we will place one regular bet and then one a little bit, I do mine, the second one a little bit smaller, or I'll split it up, and I'll intend on cashing out one of them. Maybe if you're willing to take a swing at 290-1 on someone, that is when you split up on 2 different bets. That way you can cash one of them out once it's, paying out something nicely. I don't know what it would pay out right now. We're still early in round 2, but 8 under for the day, and he certainly looks like he's in pretty good form at this course.
Yeah, I mean, he enters the tournament that 280 to 290 range or whatever. I mean, whatever ridiculous. Now, I'm sure if you saw his number before, or if you've seen it on Twitter, I'm sure you've seen a lot of different numbers quoted, because when you get up that high, it could be anywhere from 150 to 350 to 1. But look, right now at DraftKings, he's plus 870. Yeah, I think that this was a perfect example of using that strategy, Dustin, of, hey, maybe ride one of those smaller tickets and see if you can actually hold on to this for the next couple days, and I would be cashing out the rest,
Yeah. So
I mean, Cameron Young is on his tail. Sam Burns is on his tail. Bryson DeChambeau is right there. There's some big names that are right behind him.
Well, and this is kind of the age-old, especially for me when it comes to betting on sports with spreads. I think about college basketball a lot. I think about the NFL and college football. And while the teams may not be aware of their roles all the time, whether they're a favorite or an underdog, it is very different when you're a Lucas Herbert and you're punching up and you're not expected to do anything. But all of a sudden, when you're atop the leaderboard and there's pressure on, that's when these guys, you find out what they're made of, what their constitution is. I'm not saying to doubt Lucas Herbert. I'm just telling you he's never been here before, so even he doesn't know how he's going to react.
Does have a win on Live this year, one of the Live golfers.
Oh, that's still a thing?
That's still, for right now, I guess, That's still like day to day. Yeah, check in. I don't think anybody's making any big time plans.
We're waiting for that breaking news. Live has folded operations.
Yeah, exactly. One of the other ones, Eagle Marine tweets and said, I'll address it. Yeah, everybody was on Matt Fitzpatrick this week. This happens. Looks like Matt Fitzpatrick is going to miss. This is also why you don't construct an outright card with one guy. And guess what? Even if everybody in the world's on someone, they could still lose. He's still 18-1 for a reason. Just because everybody loves him doesn't mean that automatically flips. It does. It is becoming very annoying, especially for me. I will include Dave Ross because he's gone through this with the Hoygards, I know. The pick which week is the right Fitzpatrick is becoming really annoying, because last week I was on Alex, who missed the cut, and right now, Alex Fitzpatrick is 4 under par for the tournament, just 4 shots off the lead at the Open Championship, while his brother, who everybody loves so much, is going to be heading home early.
This makes me think about Social Network, the Facebook movie, and they called them the Winklevi twins because it was the Winklevoss, but when there was multiples. What if sportsbooks started offering you the brothers as one bet? You lost a little juice on the longer one, but you can combine them together here? What if the books offered a Fitzpatrick Brothers bet to do a certain way?
Should be an automatic prop. This is, but yeah, Eagle Marine, I mean, it's just like, this is not how you construct an outright card, right? If you're going to construct an outright card, most people are usually going with more than just one guy. I get the anger. I get when you hear everybody's on him. It feels safer than what the odds are indicating. But nah, like this is, I've got my 3 other outrights are all top 20 or better right now. So I'm feeling pretty good overall, Dustin. I'm not beating myself up about it. Ben Griffin, I did add actually right before the show. I just forgot to bring it up early. Live top 10.
Pass post. I'm just kidding.
Right. I do it right now. He's even par through two.
I'm messing with you. You're allowed to place bets and not in the same second immediately mention them on the air.
I just felt bad for forgetting at the top. Ben Griffin, though.
Well, we had to get that handicap of those 2 no bets in Major League Baseball in.
That's right. Ben Griffin, a live top 10, pays 7-1 right now. He was one of the guys statistically that just jumped off the page to me yesterday. One of the best after round 1 tee to green. He was top 5 tee to green stats, had a really bad putting day. Putting is where you most often see regression, both positive and negative, Dustin. He's one of the more consistent, better putters on the PGA Tour. I would be pretty sure. Ben Griffin doesn't have a ton of Open Championship experience or success. That would be the fair counter here, but he's one of the better putters in the world. I think you could take a nice little long shot price on him to finish top 10, top 20.
We get tweets at VSiN Live, at Dustin Swedelson, at Kelley Bydlon. Kelley, turn around and wave. You're not looking? Where is he?
What we got?
Cheap Prop Bets just tweeted us. Here to sign up for circuit contest.
Got him.
Turn around and wave. Yeah.
Looks like a University of Miami shirt on, though.
No.
Okay.
It's a Lucky brand shirt. It's North Dakota State colors, though.
Oh, okay.
It's green and yellow.
All right.
That's awesome. He's here hanging out.
I've won and lost some money on North Dakota State over the years, that's for sure.
You know what? There's some odds up for North Dakota State that I was thinking about over the weekend when I was
college football.
Yeah.
Are they still dominating the what are we calling it these days?
Well, no.
FCS.
I believe they've
They
made
get the bump.
I believe they made the move to the Mountain West.
Wow.
Let me confirm that I'm sometimes with the Dakotas. And there's a few other states out there, the New Mexicos at times. My brain will just revert this early in the morning where I'll go, you know what? That's the wrong Dakota. That's the wrong this. Yet North Dakota State, third shot on the board for the Mountain West Conference. That league took a hit. I'm not really blown away by some of these teams. I would not be overly shocked if North Dakota State just shows up and wins it.
Oh man, that might be we might need to play that game later, Danny.
I haven't done a ton of research on it yet, but there's a lot of systems in place, and it's like just because you're moving up a level, and as someone who covered Division II, there was always this thought that like these certain athletes at the lower levels weren't good enough. No. There's a lot of circumstances. There were injuries. There were schools that they went to didn't know how to get them the next opportunity at the next level. There were guys that said, I would rather play here versus sit the bench somewhere else and get good film done. Kids go to North Dakota State for several reasons. I don't think there's anything that would lead me to believe the way that they won at FCS would have to change all that drastically on a move up to the Mountain West. If we were talking about going to a bigger league, absolutely. But the Mountain West is good. It's a transitional league right now. It's somewhere for players who are at big schools to get a chance to play on the way out because they either lost that opportunity, lost a job, or didn't have it wherever they were. Or it's a place for someone to show up and shine early and make more money and get the bag at another school down the road. I think North Dakota State, those kids are built to go there, and they're going to be able to be pretty good year one.
Yeah, I would think so, too. They dominated FCS for so long. What's the I think I could name a combined, 6 teams in the Mountain West and Pac-12 now.
Well, the Pac-12 is the one.
How many teams are we in the Pac-12?
Well, Boise's the favorite in the Pac-12.
That's
why the Mountain West is wide open. UNLV's the favorite at plus 260. I love Dan Mullen. I can't bet it at plus 260.
Yeah.
San Diego State's in the Pac-12 now. Fresno's in the Pac-12. Utah State's moved to the Pac-12. Washington State is in the Pac-12. Oregon State. So it's we're in a constantly evolving college football world these days. All right, we get tweets at Dustin Swedelson, at Kelley Bydlon, at VSiN Live. We should mention, I know you were tweeting back and forth with our guy Colin Murphy. Not everyone forgot about Cam this week. He's on a little bit of Cam.
Boom.
So congratulations. Well, I don't want to say congratulations, but nice call thus far, Mr. Murphy. All right, Darren Fraser. I always want to call him like Brendan Fraser. Darren Fraser. Dustin, Kelley, just 2 bearded bros talking shop on a Fezzik Friday. You guys are great together. Does Fezzik know this is better than fireworks? Let's make some money this weekend, boys.
Thanks, Darren.
Fezzik doesn't like fireworks?
No, Fezzik is obsessed with fireworks. Like the childlike love of fireworks.
I'm trying to dance around this without being offensive. He loves math too. Like, he's just kind of a nerd for things. I don't know how to explain this better, but all this sort of tracks that he's mesmerized by fireworks.
Okay, all right.
I think he's into trains as well.
Yeah, he always takes off July 4th. He's never coming in. He wasn't coming in on July 4th. He's always got big fireworks for that. But then he is the biggest proponent of the downtown fireworks.
Well, those are great.
Like every week during the summer, right?
First Fridays.
Yeah. Fezzik's here every Friday.
Is it only the summer? I feel like it might be year-round.
I thought it was just during the summer.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think it might be year-round. I've been there a time or two, sometimes intentionally, sometimes accidentally. But it's a good time.
Sometimes accidentally.
Yeah, sometimes you just like, oh, I'm here. It is a first Friday. Yeah. They are doing fireworks. That makes sense.
If I end up downtown late on a Friday or Saturday night, it's usually by accident too.
By the way, is the concert tour happening right now? The outdoor, are they doing that this year?
Yeah, that's a great question. I would assume yes.
I've been out of town so much, I haven't kept up with it.
I would assume yes, but I do feel like I've seen very little on it.
For people that don't know what we're talking about, the Fremont Street Experience does these summer concerts. They're free. You can just hang out. I saw Alien Ant Farm a few years ago.
It's names of bands you know.
Hoobastank played. I'm looking at it right now. Ooh, Lee Bryce I missed on May 15th. I love Lee Bryce. That stinks.
I don't know who that is.
Fuel, I missed on June 13th.
Oh, that would have been a good one.
What's the next one? It's July 17th. It's not till August 8th. May Day Parade, followed by Story of the Year, Protege. I'm a dumb person. I don't know who any of those bands are. It's Protege. I'm really, really stupid. More on the World Cup and more specifically the rest of the baseball card forthcoming on A Numbers Game.
On A Numbers Game, the right data changes everything, and the data behind Shopify is hard to argue with. Millions of businesses worldwide run on it, including our own VEASAN store. When we launched, Shopify's templates and AI tools got us live fast. Professional looking from day one. No tech background needed. Shopify Checkout converts more customers and makes it easy for returning fans to come back and buy again in a single click. Shopify's built-in AI assistant Sidekick is there whenever you need help, building, troubleshooting, or just figuring out your next move. Check out what we built at vsin.com/store. Then go build something of your own. All you need is the idea. Shopify handles the rest. Start your free trial at shopify.com/vsin. That's shopify.com/vsin. Shopify.com/vsin.
A Numbers Game on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
Back on A Numbers Game, Dustin Swedelson sitting here at the Circus Sportsbook in downtown Las Vegas. That, as always, is Kelley Bydlon, my bearded brother. What's up, dude?
What's up,
How
man?
feeling?
I'm just learning about Pac-12 and Mountain West Conference.
You know
Texas State.
We're all learning.
Texas State moving on up. Wow.
Well, I would like to
sort
know what part of Texas touches the Pacific. The irony of Boise being in Idaho and being right. There's no part of I got to do geography right now. I'm stupid. Look, I admit I'm stupid. That's one thing I want to acknowledge before I say these things. Boise, last time I checked, was landlocked, I believe.
Yeah.
I think Washington up there would be the one that borders. California,
What are you saying? It has to be a state that's on the water?
Well, Pac-12 would imply Pacific, which means the ocean.
Sure.
You're not there.
Before I say something dumb, is everybody in the Atlantic Coast Conference?
No, Stanford and Cal would be on the Pacific Ocean. No. So they've botched this as well. This is the world we live in.
I think you're getting a little too picky with the Pac-12.
Well, allowing them to name the leagues these things and then be factually incorrect, it actually began when the Big 12 had like 8 teams, had 10 teams, and the Big 10 had 12 teams, and it was like, all right, we can just change the name now. We can't. We've now decided it's called the Big 10, but is it 16 teams? How many teams are in the Big 10?
Who was the first one to screw it up? Wasn't it the Pac-12? Because weren't they like 10?
They were originally the Pac-8, and then the Pac-10, then they went to 12. They actually evolved and changed their name.
Right.
But maybe at the end they didn't.
I think they were less than 12.
There's 18 in the Big 10. There are just too many moving parts these days. we're just going to get to a point where it's the power schools and the non-power schools.
Yeah.
That's what we're getting to. All right, let's get back to the baseball because there are a couple games where I have plays on where I didn't understand the number. So I bet it, which usually ends up with me looking really weird. But Tigers and Angels, Kelley, what are you seeing on the line for that one currently?
Tigers and Angels. We have the Tigers minus 115 road favorites with Troy Melton on the mound. Angels minus 104 at home. This is over at DraftKings, 8.5 your total.
All right, this moved a little, and it's moved in my direction, so I like that. Minus 104 I took last night in the Tigers because everything tells me they're surging. Angels are falling apart. Angels have lost 10 of 12. Detroit did lose 2 of 3 to Philly before the end of the first half, but they'd won 9 of 10 before that. Troy Melton, 4 starts on the road, a 1.33 ERA, 0.76 ERA over his last 4. His strikeout numbers have improved over that time. And while on the other side, you have Reed Detmers, who's not been in good form, struggling 3 of his last 4. Outside of a run he had in June where he was striking everybody out, he really hasn't been that good this year. 5.53 ERA over his last 5. Worse at home than he is at road. 4.77 for him. In a small sample size, the Tigers 7 of 13 lifetime. That's a 5.38 average. 2 dingers against him. I'm going to trust the Tigers offense to get the Detmers. I'm going to trust Melton, who's been in awesome form, and maybe a reason why they might trade Casey Mize at the deadline to add some pieces to the Tigers. Detroit's 14-9 over the last month. The Angels just 29-42 straight up against right-handed starters. Reed Detmers against teams that are averaging 4.4 or less runs per game, 2-12 straight up. Those teams averaging 4.4 against Detmers, averaging 6.4. He's allowing mediocre offenses to average 2 more runs per game in his starts. Give me Detroit. Better offense, pitcher in better form. I think they get the win, and I think the number even at minus 115 right now is worth a look.
I dig it. I might be joining you on that circa here. It's minus 106 too, both ways on that game. So I might be joining you on that one. Okay, last pitch of the night. No, let's go to this one. Twins and Cubs. Now this is one you're looking at. This is an 8:05 Eastern first pitch. Right now, here at circa the Cubs minus 134 favorites. Twins plus 120. 10.5 your total at Wrigley.
When it's over, Bailey Ober. Bailey Ober's on the bump for Minnesota, and he just pitches to too much contact. So if you can identify him in certain matchups with offenses that you trust to get to him, to put the ball in play, I think it's always worth a look. The wind blowing slightly out, about 8 miles an hour to center field at Wrigley. That's right on the edge of it making a real impact. Usually you're looking for about 10 miles per hour, but we could get there. But even then, 8 miles an hour will help you. And Bailey Ober, 7.66 ERA on the road this year. Opponent batting average on the road, 3.11. So put that into perspective. If a hitter faced Bailey Ober when he's on the road for every single at-bat of his career, he'd be one of the greatest hitters of all time with a 3.11 batting average, okay? That's what we're trying to say. 32 hits, 24.2 innings pitched. That is more than a hit per inning, obviously. 10 more hits than innings pitched. Lots of contact against Chicago. Their offense has been clicking. 54 home runs for the Cubbies over their last 36 games. OPS right around 786 the last 2 months for them. Colin Ray, 2.72 home ERA. He misses more bats when he's pitching at Wrigley, and he can be competitive. Great at Minnesota the last time he saw them early in the year. 7 innings, 1 earned, 3 hits, 5 strikeouts. Minnesota is 2 games below 500 on the road. They are 30-14 to the over. I'd consider the over 10.5 here. Minnesota's 11-19 interleague. They're 20-10 to the over in interleague play. Cubbies 27-19 at home, 16-6 the last month. Ober's record for his team since 2024, 0-9 when taking on teams that average more than 1.25 home runs per game. All of this says fade Bailey Ober, whether that's the Cubs team total, which last I looked, I think was 5.5 at plus money. I prefer just to lay the 138. Cubs are going to get the win.
Okay, I like it. And then last pitch of the evening. Los Gigantes at Los Mariners. I don't know how to say that in this.
Yeah, Mariners probably the same.
Maybe. Mariners minus 167 home favorites with Bryce Miller on the mound. Giants plus 138. Total set at 7.
2 offenses that I just don't trust. San Francisco, they took 2 or 3 from Colorado before the end of the first half. The Mariners have lost 5 of 6. You got Landon Roop on one side for San Fran off 8 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned, 2 walks, 5 Ks versus Toronto. He hasn't been as sharp on the road, though, a 4.67 ERA, a 2.56 opponent batting average. A little bit better with the Ks, though, just over 1 per inning, 53 and 52 innings. Bryce Miller was not great at Miami in his last go-around, 4 earned in 6 innings, 4 walks. 3 strikeouts. But at home, he's been tremendous this year. A .40 home ERA in 4 starts, 28 strikeouts in 22 and 2/3 innings. Because I don't trust either offense, and I think both starters can be really good in this matchup. More specifically, Miller. I'm a big Bryce Miller guy. A lot of the trends I looked at lean towards the over in terms of the matchup, but I think this is going to be an under. I think both offenses don't get going till the middle late in this game. They're going to run out of room to really put up points on the board or runs on the board. So I'm going to go under in this matchup between the Giants and the Mariners at 7.
All right, I like it.
That is where I stand with all of the bets today on the baseball board. We'll do 3 up, 3 down. We'll tell you who's hot, who's not, as far as Major League Baseball is concerned. But wanted to update everyone on this LeBron James situation. Did you see?
He's got a team? He didn't pick
no,
one?
he doesn't have a team.
No, okay.
Did you see the quotes making the rounds yesterday?
I did.
Well, for starters,
at the Fanatics Fest?
Yeah, for starters, we had Pat Riley at the Giannis intro talking about we got to land one more plane here. I guess that's referencing LeBron, or maybe it's just referencing another move.
Okay, I think that was I'm glad you brought that one up first. I watched a lot of that. I know that's the easy quote to grab and attach immediately to LeBron, but like later in that press conference, he was talking about how they need to add another big. Like he was going on and on about how they need. So I'm like, I don't think we should automatically jump to those. But Riley was also doing the same old, hey, we're playing the same game as everybody else. We're waiting to hear. We've been in contact with Rich Paul. Of course, we'd love to have LeBron, yada, yada, yada.
Well, I'm looking at the next market for LeBron James, next team market at Kelley. Cleveland and Golden State are tied at 33%.
Yeah.
That is a 6-point drop from Cleveland since yesterday. Shout out to Danny Higgins, our producer, doing work here. He gave us a little laydown, whatever the word is.
Sure.
Shout out to D'Lo Brown, WWE reference, of how these odds have shifted over time. So this is the betting odds, and over the last couple of days, it's kind of been crazy. Cavs from plus 152 up to plus 165 up to plus 181 in the betting market. That was all just yesterday, as the Golden State Warriors have come down from plus 207 to plus 198 and at plus 198. Sixers have seemingly pretty much stayed the same. The Heat have actually dropped from plus 528 down to plus 398. It appears a little bit of steam coming in on Golden State and the Heat, but to me, that doesn't feel like sharp action. That's just reaction to people betting in the market, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think so, but that's all I can say, right? Who knows if there really is? I mean, geez, we talked about President Donald Trump's teleprompter guy yesterday. Like, who knows? There might be guys in buildings that know things. This is what we're living at in the prediction market world right now. But I would think this is like we see at most sports books when we talk about these things, movement based off of just headlines in the news, and people want to get involved. I think this is very wide open. I don't really know. He says he's not going to hold everybody hostage for much longer. He hasn't made up his final decision yet, but he said he's not going to hold this up too much longer.
Sure.
We'll see. Dustin, I don't know what to tell you. I think Cleveland is the most likely still at this point.
It's Cleveland, because we had a report that he's done 10 years of video footage been recorded for this documentary. If you're making this documentary, you have to tell a story, and the story is going back home for one last ride and hopefully one last championship. Who wins the championship in the World Cup? Chris Felica breaks it down on the other side of a numbers game.